not recording, is, again, these shorter ones are very easy. 5 doesn't go to that, so put O for no. 5 does go into this 9 times. 9 times 5 is 45. Subtract. And there's no brother to bring down, so our remainder is 2. So these are going to be a lot easier. Find your answer, and you're done with that. But now we're going to go to some of the word problems. And some of these word problems are a little different, so you really need to listen. So it says, she has a total of 50. Oh, we might need paper. We'll try to squeeze them in here. Worst case scenario is we'll take some and go down here. So it says, oh, I need to shut this off. Hold on just a second. It says she's got a total of 50 photographs to put in a scrapbook. Each page can hold 8 photos. 8 photos for one page. 8 photos for a second page. Another 8 photos for a third page. Just wait a minute. How many pages can she fill completely? Now, hold on a second. I don't know why anybody's out of their seat. Then, so who knows the total photos that we've got? Joseph, how many?
50.
Okay, so we'll do this first problem over here. We've got 50 photos altogether. How many are going to go on every page?
8.
So do you think I'm going to go 8 times 50? No, I'm going to take a 50, and 8 will be one page. If I take another 8, that's going to be another page. If I take another 8, that's going to be, I'm dividing to see how many 8s go into that. So go ahead and put 50 divided by 8. And that 50, by the way, is my total photos. And I'll just put a little P right there. So does 8 go into 5?
No.
Okay.
No.
It can't. So put an O for no. Then we're going to pick it up. 8 into 50. Who thinks they know? Is it 48 a number that's close?
Yeah.
So 8 would go into 48 how many times? 6.
48.
If I had, because if that, isn't that close to 48? Because we know 8's not going to go into that. So the closest number closest to 50 would be 48. So 8 into 48 would be 6. And then mommy multiplies. 6 times 8 is 48. Sister subtract. Who knows what's 50 minus 48? 2. We shouldn't have to borrow. So what this means is, okay, listen carefully. Some of these problems are tricky. All right. Now, you have to, when you're doing these kind of word problems, you really should label. This is 50 pictures. I was able to fill 6 pages. How many photos are left over? I think somebody just said it. How many photos are left over? 2. That's my remainder. So how many pages were filled completely? 6. So I'm gonna add on a little question here. So 6 pages were filled completely. Then how many photos are left over? 2. So I'm going to put that 2 are left. Now here's a third question. If 2 photos are left, let me see if anybody could get this. If I didn't want to throw those 2 photos on the floor, how many pages would I really need? Yes, ma'am. Well, yes, ma'am. I would need 7. I need 7 pages altogether to put all 50 photos. We've already used 6 pages for 48 photos, but we've got 2 left over. But to answer the question, how many can be filled completely? It was what? It was 6. So cross out one of your 6s. But you might see how many are left. In fact, here's a leftover question right here. So you really need to know all parts of that. So let's go ahead and go to the next one. It says, how many ounces are left over? So Alejandro has 38 ounces of juice. That's a total. He pours the juice into cups that hold 5 ounces. So out of this is coming 1 5-ounce. Then is coming, Patrick, your head up, please. Then another 5-ounce cup. Then another 5-ounce cup. The first thing I want to find out is, how many cups can I fill? First of all, who knows how many cups? Who knows what's my total ounces of juice? Emiliano, sit up correctly. Somebody just said it. 38. So put a 38. And how many ounces are going to go into every cup?
5.
5 ounces. So by the way, this is 5 ounces per cup. And then, does 5 go into 3?
No.
O for no. Okay. Does 5 go into 38?
Yes.
It's going to go about how many times? 7. So 7. It might run over into the word problem, but that's okay. 7 times 5 is, we've used 35 ounces to fill those 7 cups. And by the way, this is ounces. OZ is the abbreviation for ounces. And we just filled up using 35 ounces. Who knows how many ounces are left?
3.
3. So know what that remainder means. This is 7 filled cups. 7 filled cups. Go ahead and write that. And then 3 ounces are left. So the remainders have a meaning. I was able to fill 7 cups using 35 ounces, but 3 ounces were left. So, by the way, if I wanted to pour that 3 ounces into another cup, how many cups would I need all together? Yes, ma'am.
8.
I would need 8. And I'll just squeeze it here. 8 cups are needed. To use all of the 38 ounces. But our question was, how many ounces are left? And it is 3 ounces are left. You might want to box that off. So we're going to cross off one of the 3s. So these get a little tricky. Okay. Then we have to find a spot. There's 2 more word problems. And I don't think I have room for this number 11. So we'll do the number 11 right here. Okay. So there are 62 plants to put in rows in a garden. Who is this? Sophia. Each row is long enough to hold 9 plants. How many rows will she need? First of all, what's the total number of plants?
62.
So put 62. And how many plants are we going to put in every row? Each row is going to hold how many? Sebastian, Patrick, focus. All 3 of you back there. Not acceptable. All right, so we're going to divide it by 9 plants for every row. So this is my total plants. Okay. Then, does 9 go into 6? No, I would need 3 more for it to go into 9. So it's an O for no. So then we're going to pick it up here. Well, I know if that were a 63, that would be 7 times.
6.
So it's going to be 6. So 6 times 9.
54.
Okay. Oh, sweetie pie, I forgot. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on just a second. We have to do it tomorrow in class, okay? Because it's really hard for me to get it right now, and I forgot to take it out. Okay, you're welcome, sweetie. All right, so 6 times 9 is 54. We've used 54 plants so far. So we're going to subtract mentally.
8.
It is 8. Very good. It's 6 more to get to 60, and then up to 62, it's 2 more. So 6 and 2 is 8 plants. 8 plants are left. Now, so how many rows? This is interesting. Okay. How many? Oh, this is a good question. She was able to. This is 6 rows that are filled. But does she only need 6 rows? And why does she need 7 rows? Because there's 8 plants left. And so even though the last one won't have a full 9, we need another row. So again, and go ahead and put there's 6 filled rows. There's 6 filled rows. But there's 8 plants left. And I've got a good worksheet for you tomorrow. 8 plants left. So, by the way, these 3 dots mean therefore. Therefore, how many rows does she need? So she needs 7 rows. That should be an S. So therefore, she needs 7. So that is this one right here. So these are a little tricky. I probably will have some of these types of problems as a bonus on your next test. By the way, this class, because of the Polar Express, you won't be here Friday, so we are going to have a division test on Thursday.
What if you're not competing in the phone? What if you're not in the phone?
I hope you're all going, but you won't be in here anyway. So we're having a test on, I don't know where you're going to be, but you will have a test in here on Thursday. So let's look at this last one. A baker has 27 candles. She's placing the same number of candles on each of 4 cakes. How many candles does the baker place on each cake? What are the total number of candles that we have? 27. And we're dividing them among how many cakes? 4. So should I be multiplying or dividing? Dividing. So let's find a spot. Let's do it right down here. So this is the number 12. So we're taking the 27 candles and we're dividing it by 4 cakes. Okay. Then, does 4 go into 2?
No.
No. So Sebastian and Patrick, make sure you're paying attention. Does 4 go into 27?
And then once.
I think more than once.
6.
6 times 4 is 24. I think that's as close as you're going to get. So 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So that was 6 candles on every of the 4 cakes is going to be 24 candles. Okay. How many candles are left?
3.
So 3 candles are left. So it says
Oh, this is tricky.
they are a little tricky. So first of all, how many candles are going to go on each of the 4 cakes?
6.
So 6 full candles. So how many candles does the baker place on each cake? So it's 6 candles per cake. So we've answered the first question. So 6 candles per cake. Okay. So do we have another 6 over here? Yes. And by the way, did we find this? Yeah. So 6. And then here's another question. It says, how many candles are left over? 3. So 3 candles left. So these are real thinking problems. You need to think a lot. 3 candles are left. That we'll just put on another cake some other time when we get more candles. So there's all of those answers. So we're done with those. Then These word problems are going to be super easy, so I'm not going to have to help you with those. But let's go down to this, because you haven't had the rule of divisibility by 3. And so I'm going to tell you, if you want to find out if a 3 will go into a number without dividing, and this is, you want a 3 where there's not going to be any left over, here's what you do. You add up the digits, and go ahead and do it on yours. 1 plus 3. What does 1 plus 3 add up to?
4.
Does 3 go perfectly into 4? No. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. Nope. So which numbers are divisible by this one? No. That's a no. Then I'm going to add up. It's the rule of divisibility for 3. I add up the digits. 8 plus 7 adds up to be what? What's 8 plus 7? 15. Does 3 go into 15? Yes. So that tells me, and I'm not going to have you do it, but that tells me 3 will go into there perfectly. You do not need to do it, but I'm just going to prove it to you that if I take 87 divided by 3, 3 goes into that 2. 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract. That's a 2. Bring down brother. 3 goes into that perfectly. 9 times 3 is 27. 0 remainder. So it works. So the rule is you add up the digits. Emiliano, sit still. All right. So you add up the digits. So this one is a yes. Okay. And then let's look at this one. 2 plus 3 plus 3 adds up to be what?
8.
And show your work. It's 8. Does 3 go perfectly into 8? No. So 3 will not go into this. By the way, here's another way you can do it. Doesn't 3 go into 3? So I can cross that off, because I already know that goes in. Does 3 go into this 3? No. But does 3 go into 2? Oh, 3 doesn't go into 3. But 3 does not go into 2, so no, it's not going to go into that number. So it's by crossing off multiples of 3 and seeing what's left over, and it doesn't go into that, or adding them up. So it doesn't go into that one. And let's add up this one. 5 plus 7. What's 5 plus 7 so far?
12.
Is that 12? Plus 2 more is 14. Plus 4 more is
18.
how much?
18.
18. Does 3 go into 18?
No. Yes.
3 times 6. Guess what? 3 will go into that perfectly. Okay. And this one,
No.
it's going to be a no. And let's see why. Does 3 go into 3? Because I'm not going to add this one up. And then I'm going to find 2 numbers that add up to be a multiple of 3, like 8 and 1. Isn't that 9? So doesn't 3 go into 9?
Yes.
So we just have to check the 7. Does 3 go into 7 perfectly? No. So no. So it just goes into those 3. But the rule is add up your digits, and if it's divisible by 3, then 3 will go into it. Now this one is going to be easier. Okay. Which of the group has numbers that are, all of them are divisible by 2 and 5? 2, it has to end with a 0, 2, 4, 6, or 8. It has to be even. And 5, it has to end with 5 or 0. Does this one end with a 5 or a 0?
No.
No, so we can cross that group off, because we want them all to be divisible by 2 or 5.
B does. B.
Okay,
B.
well, hold on a second. Is this one divisible by 2? Does 2 go into 15 perfectly?
No.
No, because it doesn't end with a 2, 4, 6, or 8. So because of that one, it does not go into all of them. Then, look at the D. Is this an even number? Okay, it has to be, for 2, it has to be even. It has to end with 2, 4, 6, or 8. Does 125 end with a 2, 4, 6, or 8?
Yeah.
Does it end with a 2, a 4, a 6, an 8, or is it? No. Doesn't matter if the second one. It's the last digit. Does that end with a 2, 4, 6, 8, or 0?
No.
Sit up, Alex. No. So no, it's not. 2 is not going to go into all those. So guess what our only answer is? Yeah, this ends with a 0 or 5, so I know 5 will go into all of these, and all of them end with a 0, so 2 will go into all of them. Our answer is that. All right, so go down to, there's one of these that you can do a shortcut, and I'll show you right now. 66 divided by 2. Does 2 go into 6 perfectly? If it goes in perfectly, you can do the shortcut. So I'm done with that. I'm not going to multiply it because it went in perfect. I need the guys in the back to stay focused. Thank you. So if it goes in perfectly, I can go to the next number. Does 2 go into this 6 perfectly? Yes. So I'm done. And by the way, 66 divided by 2 is taking 66, taking half of it. It is 33, and there's your answer. There's one more that we can do that with, of the 16 and 17. Which one? Oh, no, I can't.
Actually, no, you can't.
I can't. No, I have to carry this one out. Does 5 go into this perfectly? No. So we have to do the long division. It goes in how many times? 1. So put a 1. Mommy multiply. 1 times 5 is 5. Sister subtract. What do you get? 4. Bring down brother. And does 5 go into 40?
Yes.
8. 8 times 5 is 40. And we have no more brothers to bring down. So our answer is 18. Is that answer there?
Yeah.
So get that down because I might have gone fast. Okay. So that is 18. And then,
The last one is
well, let's go ahead and work it out. Does 6 go into 8? Not perfectly, so we can't do a shortcut, but it does go 1 time. 1 times 6 is 6. Sister subtract, you get a what?
2.
A 2. Brother bring down. And then go back to daddy and divide. How many 6s are in 24?
4.
And it goes in 4. It goes in 4 times. 4 times that is 24. And there is 0 remainder. No more brothers to bring down. All right. So because of the time, we've got 12 more minutes. Let's see what we're going to do. Okay. Okay. Okay, listen carefully.